Hey my gear tubers, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be comparing the Glock 26 against the Glock 19. Now I do want to go ahead and say this is a Gen 4 26 and this is a Gen 3 19. Now I do have a Gen 5 19 and I could have compared it. I also have a Gen 4 19, but my Gen 4 slide is right now being sent off for some custom mill work done on it and stuff like that. There'll be a custom Glock build coming very soon. Whenever that slide gets back, I've already got some parts in for that build. But so since I didn't have a Gen 4, I went ahead and did a Gen 3. So let's get to it. I'm going to tell you some specs just like I normally do on these and go over some of the specs. Then I'm going to give you some of my opinions on the firearms and why I think one or the other is better for concealed carry. Like I said, everybody has their own opinion on this. You can leave yours in the comment. Just because my opinion may be one or the other doesn't mean it's right or wrong. This is just why I feel the way I do about the pistols. So let's dig into this specs a little bit, and then I'll give you some closing comments. All right, first off, length. The Glock 19 is 7.3 inches long overall length, and the Glock 26 is 6.42. I'll go ahead and show you that right here. You can see the difference right there. It's almost the same difference basically as the Glock 45 and the Glock 17 when you compare those two. The width, both these are 1.26 inches wide. That being that neither one of them has an ambidextrous slide release. If they had the ambidextrous slide release, I have that information right here, they would be 1.34 instead of 1.26 inches. So if you have a Gen 5 gun or one of the 5th gen guns that has the ambidextrous slide release, it will be just a little bit wider. That's very negligible difference in width. You'll never notice that, but I will say that I do like having the ambidextrous slide release. I do think that is an advantage. Although I don't ever use the slide release, I always come over or rack it off something. Very seldom do I use that, but in an emergency situation you can use your slide lock as a slide release. And I know a lot of people are like, that's not a slide release, it's a slide lock, but you can release it with that. It works both ways. They actually do put some of them, like the Glock 34, do have an extended slide release just so you can get to it. All right, so slide width, both these are 1 inches overall on the slide width, identical slide width. Like I said in the other video, the 9 millimeters, the 40 cals, the 357 SIG, they all have that same width slide at 1 inch. The height of the 19 is just a little over 5 inches at 5.04, and the height of the 26 is 4.17. There again, I can show you that right here. It is easy to make out that difference. There's quite a bit of difference right there. That is with magazines in it. The sight radius is 6.02 on the Glock 19, and it is 5.39 on the 26. So there's quite a bit of difference in sight radius, over a ½ inch in sight radius. There's over a ½ inch in sight radius. You can see that right there. That's a pretty big difference. But we are talking about concealed carry. That's going to be up close and personal. We got to keep that in the factor whenever we start talking about that at the end. Capacity, you get 15 plus 1 in the 19. I think that is almost the perfect capacity for a self-defense gun. 15 plus 1 is a great capacity, and your 26 is a 10 plus 1. Now you can get extended magazines and stuff like that for these, but if you're going to carry an extended magazine, I don't have any extended magazines for the 26 for this reason. If you're going to put an extended magazine in it, why are you not just carrying a 19? Because when you put the extended magazine in the 26, it makes it the same overall height essentially as a 19. So me, the only real benefit you're getting out of the 26 is the height difference. So if you put an extended magazine in these, you're not really gaining anything other than some length, and you hide that when you carry it. We'll get into that in a minute. The barrel length is 4.02 on the Glock 19 and 3.43 on the Glock 26. The weight is 21.16 ounces and 19.4 ounces. So the 26 is actually under 20 ounces. That's pretty amazing for this size of gun, because it's, you know, it's the same width as your full-size guns and stuff like that. Same frame, same, you know, double stack magazine. So that's pretty amazing weight that they got this under 20 ounces for this size of gun. So let's get into why I feel like one or the other is a better carry gun. And you all probably know which one I'm going to pick, because you watch the channel, you know what I carry most of the time. But we'll save that for the end. So, like I was talking about a minute ago, if you're going to alter the magazine on this, you essentially, when you add an extension, almost come up with this, which is the same identical length as the Glock 19. That being said, if you're going to do that, you should, in my opinion, just carry the 19, and that way you can actually not have an indentation right here. You don't have to have anything moving, because even with the extension base plate on these, your magazine will still rock just a little bit. Now, that's not going to affect your shooting grip a lot, but that will move. On a 19, you don't have that. So if you're going to extend that anyway, you should just probably carry a 19, because you're not going to gain anything from not printing. Here what I started to say about the overall length a minute ago, especially if you carry inside the waistband. If you carry outside the waistband and you still can carry, the Glock 26 is an awesome choice, because how short the overall length is, it probably will not hang down below your shirt, and the Glock 19 might. It may not. I have outside the waistband carried a Glock 19 before, and had no issues with the muzzle showing or anything like that. I just wore a longer shirt. But you know, if you like wearing the normal shorter shirts like you get it, let's say, you know, Hollister or American Eagle or something like that, the Glock 26 is probably a better option just because how short it is. If you're going to carry inside the waistband, it really doesn't matter about these two lengths, because it's going to be inside your waistband. And unless one of these just poke you in the side or is a little more comfortable or less comfortable, that might give you a reason not to carry one or the other. But overall, I've carried both these inside the waistband, and I actually prefer the 19. It sits a little lower. Actually, it doesn't hit the bone on my hip. The 26 actually hits the bone on my hip a little bit and digs into it, and the 19 actually goes below it, and the hot spot on the 19 does not hit on the bone of my hip. So I think the 19 is actually even more comfortable inside the waistband. But like I said before, that overall length doesn't even matter if you're carrying inside waistband. So next, grip. I do prefer to get a full grip on my firearm. A 19 is the perfect size for me as far as grip goes. I do like the Gen 5s, or I do like to take the finger grooves off of my other guns. I've not taken the finger grooves off this, as you can see, but you know, overall the 19 is the perfect length grip for my hand. Now if you have huge hands, a 17 might be a better length for you, but for me, my hands are probably medium sized, and it fits a 19 very well. As you can see here, the 26, you get the pinky hanging off the end. Now I'm not bad with a 26. That's not terrible. That's doable, but if I can have a full-size grip where I can get all my fingers on it, that is a more stable shooting platform, and I do prefer that in my grip. But like I said, if you're going to add that extension, just go with the 19, because some people's going to say, well, I can put an extension on it and then get a full grip. Well, if you're going to do that, you've essentially got a short 19, which doesn't even help you, and like I said, unless you're carrying outside the waistband. Now you can see I have undercut this 26, double undercut, and I did add shelves right here so I could actually get a thumb rest and actually get more traction when I push it down. You can see that my 26 is well worn. I have a lot of the finish wore off this gun. It does have scratches on it. I have carried this quite a bit. There again, this does have an Apex flat face trigger in it, and this one actually still has a stock trigger in it. I never carry the Gen 3 19. This is just the one I pulled out for the review. That's why it still has the factory trigger in it. Sights, you know, I put aftermarket sights on all my guns. This one's actually got a hybrid sight on it that I've not shot yet. I don't like excess big dots rear sight, and I don't like Trijicon HD sights all that much either, but this has a Trijicon HD rear with an XS front. I don't know how that's going to shoot. I would not carry this gun until I went and shot it, and I may do a video on that whenever I get a chance to go to the range. But it does have kind of a hybrid set of sights on it right now. This one does have a set of Ameriglows. I don't even remember what these are called, but it does only have a tritium front, not a tritium rear. I do not like that. I like tritium on both sides. I do want to say these sights are very, very accurate for me though. I have shot this gun with these sights. They are very, very accurate. So now on to my pick for the perfect concealed carry. One more thing. When I conceal carry a light pretty much all the time. Now it won't be this light. This light's just easy to get off and on, which is why I have this one out here. Plus I had it for another video that I shot before this one. So I have the Surefire X300U. Just for demonstration purposes only. I don't carry a light this long. I carry, like I said, right now I'm carrying the Streamlight TLR7. I really like that light right now, and that's what I'm carrying. That or an Enforce APL-C, and I do like the Olight PL Mini. So those are my three lights that I carry at different times. But I do like to carry a light on my firearm. The 19 gives you that option. The 26 does not. So for that reason, and for the reason that I can get a full grip on the firearm, the 19 to me is the perfect carry option between these two guns. This may start a series if you all would like to see that. I'd like to see in the comments which one of these two that you all feel win this competition. And out of those comments, I will pick one of these two guns, and I'm not just going to pick my choice. I'm going to take the comments. I'll probably give this, like, I don't know, a week or so, or I'm going to try to, and then out of the comments I'll pick the winner, and I'll put that gun up against another firearm and go have a competition between those two, and eventually we'll get through my concealed carry guns and we'll have an ultimate winner. That does not mean that I'm going to carry that gun, because it may not be a gun that I like to carry or that I shoot well, or, you know, some other options. Whenever we get those firearms, I'll tell you my dislikes and likes about them. But it's going to be your all's perfect carry gun from the comments. So in the comments, I want y'all to tell me, out of the Glock 19 and the Glock 26, if you had to carry one daily for the next year, which one of these two would you pick? I would pick the 19. Maybe you'd pick the 26. Please let me know. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.